Hi, this is Yvonne McNary for Central Kentucky Television, and we're here in our studio this morning for Relatively Speaking, Brothers Edition. As you can see here, we have 3 sets of brothers today. I'm going to introduce those to you, and as I call your names, I want you to raise your hand and make as much noise as you possibly can, okay? Here we go. John Thompson and Doug Thompson.
Hey, woo, yeah.
Now that's as much noise as you guys can make. Come on now. Show us some love here on Channel 6. One more time. John Thompson and Doug Thompson.
Yeah!
All right. Team spirit here. We have Frank Burton and JT Burton.
Yeah!
All right. Okay, and on the end over here, we have some personalities that you might already know, but we're not going to say anything about that. We've got Jimmy Higdon and Bruce Higdon.
Hey, brother. Come up here, brother.
So as you can see, we've got some wild and crazy guys here in the studio with us this morning, and they're ready to play the game. Right, guys?
Yeah.
All right,
Certainly.
then. All right, we've got some questions we're going to ask these guys, and we want to see if they can match each other's answers. And if they can, for the first 5 questions, they'll get 5 points each. And then we have that last question, number 6, which could possibly be a tiebreaker, okay? Or it could be one that just takes them over the top, okay? So we'll see about that one, and it's worth 10 points. Okay, so if you're feeling down and out to start, and we get to question number 6, you can actually make it up, okay?
All right.
All right then. Now, is everybody feeling good today?
Yep.
Everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, for Relatively Speaking, Brothers Edition. Okay, here, we're going to start with the very first question. And I might add, too, that the brothers here on the back row, Jimmy, we've got JT, and we've got Doug, they will be the ones writing down the answers at this point. And the brothers on the front, John, Frank, and what's his name over there on the end, they will be the ones to corroborate their answers, okay? So we're going to see how that's going to work, okay? Now, Bruce, I was just picking on you, okay, because you said some evil things about me earlier. Okay. Anyway, first question. What story would your brother most like you to forget about him? What story would your brother most like you to forget about him? Okay. Is everybody ready? Can I get an amen?
Yeah. Amen.
All right, everybody's ready. Okay, let's start with Bruce. My favorite.
Thank you.
Bruce, I'll ask the question one more time.
All right.
What story would which story would you like your brother to forget about you?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. When Jimmy started campaigning, he was going to knocking on doors when he was going to run for state representative. And he went up to a house that I built that was being rented by a Japanese family. And after she knocked on the door and she saw Higdon, she said, "Do you know Bruce?" Or Mr. Bruce, what they call it, and he goes, he said, "Yeah, that's my brother." And she asked him which one was the oldest. There's a pretty good difference between me and Jimmy, as you can tell. I did get him back. We ended up in, he was in Food Town. I was in Food Town one day and walked in Food Town, and an old lady came up to me and said, "Hey, Jimmy." Thought I was Jimmy on the
Excuse me, is Jimmy writing still?
No, I'm just doodling.
Oh, okay. No doodling, Jimmy.
No doodling.
And I was in the store, a little lady came up to me and said, thought I was Jimmy. Of course, we do look a little alike every once in a while, but I said, "No, I'm Bruce." She said, "Oh," she said, "I knew you were younger." She said, "You must be Jimmy's son." So we both want to forget that one.
Okay. All right then. And Jimmy's answer is?
Well, a long time ago, I owned a gas station.
You
And
said
Bruce was my star mechanic, and we nicknamed him Goober.
Okay, I'd
I
say
wasn't gonna put that one. All right.
Cooper, huh?
Well, you know, you said which one would you like to forget? And I knew that was
High on the list, huh?
on the list. Yours
It's
was
been forgotten till they
good.
came back up.
Yours was good, but this one
Man,
was.
we're gonna,
Yeah.
things gonna change. Man.
Yeah, well, I don't think there are any points on that one, but we'll try again next round. Okay, let's move on over to, I'm going to jump around a little bit. I'll be a little, how about, okay, we'll go to Frankie. We'll go to Frank. Frank, what's,
Well, it's a lot. I mean, this is because, you know, JT's the clown of the bunch. And so he told me when we always up to my mother's, we having family functions and stuff, and he told me that we was playing this card game, and he told me to get down and pick these cards up, done something. And as soon as I got down to pick the cards up, he slammed them all in my face. And yes, and that's one of the things.
okay. So that JT, he's a trickster, huh?
No, I'm not a trickster.
Okay,
but
and your answer is JT?
I was said about his old girlfriend. About his old girlfriend when he used to live out in the country with my grandmother. And he used to have a 10-speed. You know, my brother's a DJ. And so, you know, he used to have his 10-speed, and he had this little thing made up on the back of it. And with this stereo, we call it a box, like a little tape player on the back of it. We used to ride around, and he goes to his girlfriend's house.
His head is bowed.
Well, you know, I like to call it his ex-girlfriend at the time, and then he got ran up out of there by the I guess the new guy. So 10 feet and all that wrong.
That 10 speed was moving up.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Well, guys, I'm sorry to say that did not earn you any points. But
That was a
great
good one.
stories. We're learning an awful lot
That
about
was a
these
good one.
guys. Okay. Okay, we're going to move down here to the Thompson brothers. Let's see here, John.
Well, I'd having a hard time of thinking one, but I guess probably the best one I can think of is one time we was out riding bicycles, and my sister was out in the road, and Doug came down with the bicycle. Of course, he had the rest of the road to go, but he wanted to go right where she was. So he ran over top of her. And that's probably the best one that I'd have on him.
Okay.
Hey, was this story supposed to be about me or him?
Go ahead.
I was thinking more recent years. I thought it was supposed to have been about Johnny, and I was thinking about the first time we took him on a men's horse riding trip in Tennessee. They had to send his keys to him. And they needed that.
Yeah, that was.
Horse riding.
The horse had the keys?
Well, no, they had
The
the
tree
camp
had
had
the
to
keys.
send them to us.
Okay. All
We
right.
bought the horses with us.
Needless to say, that was not a pleasant experience for him.
Probably not.
Yeah, okay.
He would probably like to forget it.
All right, then.
I missed the point there. Yeah, it was supposed to be about me instead of Doug.
Okay, well, I tell you what, with that answer, that was a big goose egg. So, so far we're tied 3 ways. This is still any brother's game, okay?
Come on,
All right,
JT.
then, so we're going to go to question number 2.
Come on, JT, get something
JT
right.
gonna put the full court press on.
Why not? Why not? Okay. Okay.
Because I was going to tell some stories on it.
All right, question number 2.
Don't do that.
Put your thinking caps on, gentlemen. Okay, now this might sound a little gratuitous here, but if you were elected president,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to back up. If you were elected president and vice president, who would be in which position? Meaning, who would be president and who would be vice president?
You talking about the brothers?
Brothers.
Okay.
Who would be president and who would be vice president? And our back row of brothers are the ones writing the answers. And we'll see how this is going to work out. So far, we know some of the personalities from some of the questions, the answers to the questions we've had so far. So maybe you can guess out there what their answers are going to be. But you know, with relatively speaking, we found that the answers are always so unpredictable. So we'll see if that holds true today. And the brothers have I'll give you, is everybody done? This is a quick one. This was a quick one. We've got the Alpha brothers here, is that right? The Alpha brothers are going to be president, and the not so Alpha brothers are going to be vice president. You know, when vice president and president, the president gets all the wonderful jobs. They get to strut down the street and wave at people and have a great time. And the vice president is the one who gets to stay in the back and do all the
Work.
work. They get
That's
to do
it's a
all
good plan.
So we're going to see here how these brothers actually feel about each other, okay? Is there one that stands out that thinks he's the alpha brother? And he thinks that his brother is the one who's supposed to be working for him? We'll see. We'll see here. Next on Relatively Speaking, and this is the Brothers Edition. I'm going to start down here on the end with John Thompson this time to find out which is which. John.
Well, I'd have to say I think I'd be the president and he'd be my vice president.
Now wait a minute. You're trying to say that you're the alpha brother?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Just thought I'd clear that up, alpha brother. Okay, so that would make you the not so alpha brother. What do you think about that?
I think I agree with him.
Okay.
Usually for his leadership abilities, so
Okay.
I agree with him.
The group, let's give them a hand.
Yay.
We've got a score on the board here now.
All
The
right.
Thompson brothers have 5 points. All right.
Thought we was going home with 0.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go over to the Burton brothers and see what's going on here. Frank, what's going on? President.
Obviously, I think I'm one of the harder workers of the bunch, obviously, and I'm out there all the time, you know, working out there in the construction, in the cold, and in the hot heat and everything.
I
And you
understand.
know, and I understand that my brother, he's always up on a big fire truck in parades and whoop-de-woo and waving his hand. I mean, you know.
He didn't say that about you. Did he say that?
Running around in his suits and everything. Obviously, I think my brother would be president and I would be the vice.
Okay, and JT said.
Just what he just said. I'd be the president, he'd be the vice president. Okay. And the reason why is I'm the brain behind the whole operation. So I tell him all the time. You know, I tell all 4 and 5 of my brothers that I'm the brain behind this whole operation. Without me, the thing don't work.
All right then. Okay, we can easily see who the alpha brother here is. Okay, thank you both so much. And there's another 5 points. Let's give them a hand.
Yay.
Okay, we're going into deep water down here on the end.
Just because of his position doesn't mean
The
he gets it right.
the Higdon
it's pretty
brothers.
obvious. I think
The
it's pretty obvious.
Higdon brothers. Okay, let's fight it out down here on the end.
Being we're talking politics, you probably already know the answer to this one. But
Okay.
He definitely would listen to me.
Okay.
And Jimmy always used to hold out until he got his way anyway.
Oh, did he? He's that guy. Did he sulk too? Sulker?
No, he pouted a lot.
Powder. A powder. Ooh, okay. All right. Let's hear. We're going to get Bruce's point of view here.
Yeah, so
President, vice president.
Jimmy's president and I'm vice president.
Okay. Jimmy said.
I agree. Only because I'm older and wiser.
Okay.
Not because he couldn't do it. He can. But I'm just older and wiser, so I'd get the first shot at it, and then he could do it after I'm gone.
It's always
All
got
right.
hand-me-downs
Well,
anyway.
let's give these guys a hand, 5 points, and let's give yourselves a hand. Everybody got some points this round.
Good deal.
And everybody did really well. And you know, as this goes on, I am continually finding out things about these brothers here, you know. Lots and lots of information here going on. We found out who the alpha brother is in this round here, and we'll find out a little bit more about these guys here with our next question. And I know that this is going to be a tough one for all of the brothers here, because from what I've seen so far, they're all really smart guys, I think. Anyway, question is, who did better in school? Who was a better student? Who got all the A's? Who got all the F's? And I'm sure there's a record here in the school system that will verify these answers. So, do not make me have to go to the Board of Education to get records to confirm this, okay? So I want everybody to tell the truth or as close to the truth as you can get. Who did better in school? See some people still writing here. We'll give them a couple more minutes, a couple seconds to get this right. Again, I'd like everybody to know that we've got brothers here today. We have John Thompson and his brother Doug. We've got Jimmy Higdon and his brother Bruce. J.T. Burton and his brother Frank. I want to thank them all for coming out this morning. Come out and play this wonderful game with us, relatively speaking, Brothers Edition. And we get to play this with them this morning and have some fun. See who gets more answers, see who gets more points, and see who the big winners are. Okay, the question is, who did better in school? And I'm going to start with Frank this time. Who did better in school, Frank?
Well, that's a pretty good one there.
We're talking A's and F's, Frank.
A's and L's.
Or there may not have been any extremes. There may have been B's and C's. You know, you could have been pretty close. Or A's and B's.
Well, I believe that JT did a little better than me,
Okay.
as I can remember.
F, of course, I did way better than you.
I think
Remember your grades, I like to say, yeah, it was me. Of course, like you just said, I'm the brains behind the whole operation, so that was a very
don't
easy
even
answer.
go there now. I don't want to hear y'all let me.
Look, he's already admitted to the fact that you were a better student. Okay. Don't rub it in, JT. Okay.
I think.
Okay, we've got 5 points for the Burton brothers. Let's give them a hand.
Yay.
Boy.
All righty. All right. Smarter, not so smart. Smarter, dumber. No, we're not going to say dumber. We'll just say, who did better in school, Bruce?
You know, actually, I say we were probably pretty even, but you know, back he went so far before me. School was a little easier when he went.
I see.
Of course, I didn't try very hard either. But we had one class that would probably be in common. We had George Martin. So I think George probably remembers us both. And I'd say he'd probably be the one. He'd probably say Jimmy was a better student. And Jimmy did very well, and because we did industrial arts in college, he made a grandfather clock and won some the award there at Eastern Kentucky. So he had a little better than I was, but in that case, but we're still pretty even. But I'll say Jimmy.
You're going to say Jimmy.
I'm just going to say Jimmy all day today, and that way he knows the answer.
All right, then. And Jimmy said.
Well, you know, I want to stay out of hot water, and JT, you know, Frank said he rode that fire truck. He might have to have that fire truck pick him up today. I don't know which one that he's driving. You might have to get somebody to pick you up today.
Yeah.
But Bruce should have quit while he was ahead. It's a draw. I don't think neither one of us set the woods on fire.
Okay.
That's probably true.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, the Higdon brothers didn't get any points this time, but that's okay. Let's give them an aw. Aw. Okay. All right. Let's move down to the other end. Down to the other end here for the Thompson brothers. Okie dokie here. Now I'm going to repeat the question because these guys both look very studious. Okay. Very serious. Who did better in school?
I'm going to say, just like the rest of them, there's probably not a lot of difference, but I feel like I probably did a little better than Doug did.
You did a little better?
A little better, yeah.
A little better.
Not a great deal, but a little.
Let's just see if Doug agrees.
I agree, but I'd say he done a whole lot better. He's trying to spare me a little bit. I was more the class clown, I guess.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Just a little
You
bit.
look so studious. Looks are deceiving, huh?
Yes.
Okay, for the Thompson brothers, I'm going to say we got no points here. Is that right? Well, see how smart you are? You caught me.
Oh, yeah.
See, when I said you had no points, you caught me. So, see, you're hanging in there.
I've got common sense.
You're not going to let me escape with your 5 points, are you? All right. They got 5 points here. Okay, let's give them a hand.
All right.
All right, then. Okay, good job. You guys are doing pretty darn good. We're pretty close here in these scores, too. You're hanging in. Now, I was looking at you guys here as I walked in this morning, and I was trying to size you up a little bit. You know, it's kind of hard, though. You know, it's winter time. And we do pack on a little winter weight when it gets a little cold. You know?
Personal.
That's why you have a wide angle lens.
But you know, that wide angle lens will only go so far.
I understand.
You know, can't push it. So our next question is, if the two of you went out for a run right now, and it was a race, who would run faster? You're out there running. Jimmy, I can see you out there now in your running suit. And see, JT came with his on. He's ready to run because he knows Frank's going to get him after the show. So he's ready to run. And then we got the Thompson brothers here. They look like they're in pretty good shape. They're working guys. You know, they get out there. But Frankie, I don't know. He might be a little tough because he gets out there and he does construction work, and he might build up those leg muscles and be ready to get it going. And then we got a ringer down there on the end. We got Bruce. One never knows about Bruce, track star. So one never knows here who's going to win this race. They're all looking very calm for some reason. They've got this one in the pocket. Somebody knows something about somebody. I can tell by the look on JT's face. Okay, I'm going to ask the question one more time. If you went for a run right now, which brother would run faster? Okay, I'm going to start down here on the front row with Bruce. Who would run faster, Bruce?
I think we'd come up with the plan. Both of us, neither one of us run. We just walk it out and have fun being with each other. We'll just
That's not the question, Bruce. Okay. Answer the question.
Let's see.
I will repeat the question. If you went for a run right now, who would run faster?
Still don't believe either one of us do it. I'll give it to Jimmy.
Okay. And Jimmy said,
Bruce is a good athlete, always was, and it's baseball. But now, when I played football, that was my claim to fame. I was fast,
okay.
And I'm quite a bit older than he is, a few years older, but I can still take him. So, it's me.
All righty.
As long as we're not running too far, you didn't put distance in that. It was going very
I
far.
didn't say 5K or anything
That's
like that.
right.
I just
So
said
you
who would
just
run faster.
So we're assuming that was a sprint, and I believe I could take him.
All right then. We've got a match there, so let's go ahead and give him a hand.
All right.
Hey, good deal, Bruce.
Okay, let's go over here on
It's hard to
the.
admit when your brother's older and beat you.
I said I think I could do it. Just don't make me prove it.
Uh-oh, don't make him prove it.
But I don't know.
We're down here on the other end with the Thompson brothers. John, what you gonna say?
Well, I think I could take him. Just for the fact that I don't know that he's been doing any running lately, and I have
Lately?
been doing a little bit. So I think I could.
You think John thinks he can take you? And you said,
Well, I said, once again, it'd be Johnny. I ain't aiming to run nowhere.
not a runner, huh?
I'll drive or ride something.
Okay, sounds good. All right then. Well, we got points here. We got points. Let's give these guys a hand.
Hey,
Okay. Okay. The Burton brothers.
Well, it's like this. Right now, JT knows I got a kind of bad knee because of the work that I do. But I can still run. if I had to.
Yes.
And like if I say right now, if it was me and JT running, if I was running after him for something, obviously he would be getting away from me. So I say be JT.
JT. And JT said,
It would be me.
all right, then we got 5 points here. Let's give him a hand. All right, then. Well, these scores are getting tight here, getting real tight. Ah, gee. Okay, question number 5. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay, question number 5. This is 2013. New model cars, vehicles are out this year. Okay? There are some sharp looking vehicles out there. Would your brother buy a sports car, a truck, or a sedan? Would he buy a sports car, a truck, or a sedan? Now you have to take into consideration now midlife crisis for men. You know, they go out and buy some crazy toys. I don't know if any of you guys are there yet, but could be. Sports car, a truck, or a sedan. And you know that sports cars are supposed to be chick magnets, so I don't know who's doing what. And I ain't gonna call no names because I don't know. A truck, sort of utilitarian kind of thing, you know, or a sedan, a family car. You know, you load up the wife and the kids and the dog, and you all go for a Sunday ride. Okay, if that's what you're looking for. So I don't want to start no trouble here, but sports car is looking awful good to me. I don't know about you guys. Truck, you know, it's okay. But a sedan, a nice sedan. Okay, we're going to get started here. Question is, your brother was going to go out and buy a 2013 vehicle. What would he buy? A sports car, a truck, or a sedan, Bruce? Down there with Bruce's
He's got
brother.
his truck, and he's had his sports car, and he's in retirement mode, so he'd go for a sedan.
And Jimmy said, sedan. Very good. He knows his brother. Okay, let's give him a hand.
Well-
They got some points.
I was really confused. I thought I was thinking about what Bruce would buy, not what I would buy. So it was a good thing we were I was thinking the wrong thing.
Okay. Okay. Burton Brothers. We got Frank.
Okay, obviously, JT likes to, he's got 2 kids and a wife and himself, and he loves to carry anybody else that wants to go with him, along with him. So I say a sedan.
And he said,
Sports car guy, you know me.
sports car.
Top down, you know, laid back, having a little fun. God almighty, Frank.
He's going to holler at me. People wonder he didn't say truck. They really loaded up.
Well, the Burton Brothers didn't get any points, so let's give them an aw. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, we're going to go down here to
Messed that one up.
the Thompson brothers here. And these guys really know each other good. They know each other really well here, these Thompson brothers. So I expect them to get this one right, John.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy.
Okay, okay.
I know he'd buy a truck, so he could haul me and the horses back down, and I lose my keys.
And Doug said,
It didn't matter which way we both drove here in trucks this morning.
did you? Okay, in trucks. Okay, these guys know each other pretty well, too. 5 points down here. Let's give them a hand.
All right.
All right. Oh, you guys do know each other really well. Gosh. You know what? We've got our last question in this round. And We've got our last question, and in some cases could be a tiebreaker if we had a tie, but I don't think we got that right now. So we'll see what we got here with this question. Question number 6. And I want to remind everyone out here looking that watching our program here, that the guys on the back row are the ones who are writing the answers, and the brothers on the front row have to match what the guys on the back row are writing. So it can be pretty tough here. It can get pretty tough. Question number 6. What characteristic of your brother would you most like to have? What characteristic of your brother would you most like to have? Okay. All right. Everyone is ready. The question is, what characteristic of your brother would you most like to have? And I think I'll start with my buddy Bruce. It's time.
You know, it just popped in my head, but I think Jimmy and I are a lot alike, really are, so we got a lot of the same qualities. But he's a father figure to me, and so I'd say I'd like to have his wisdom.
His wisdom. Father figure.
Wow,
Isn't that sweet? Let's give him an aw. Okay, Jimmy.
But I thought you were asking what I'd like to have of his. And he's loyal.
Loyal.
And, very, very loyal. So
Oh, nice. Yes, indeed. No points for that one,
that's
guys.
okay. But
Let's give him an aw.
But I'm not. He's just still gonna let me ride.
Loyalty and wisdom. That's the hallmark of the Higdon brothers here today. Okay. Gonna repeat the question. What characteristic of your brother would you most like to have? And I'm gonna go to Frank.
Well, we was raised up from our grandmother taught us everything, and our mother did, and I think, you know, the respect and the personality. Personality, respect.
Okay. All right. And
Personality.
personality. These guys are twins. They're ringers.
Talking about big
Fantastic. That's 10 points for these guys.
Wow.
Give them a hand. Give them a hand. We got some
that's pretty
points.
good.
10 points for the Burton brothers. All right. All right. Now, we're down to the wire here. This is question number 6. Okay? This is our big one. 10 points. No pressure, John.
No pressure.
No pressure. Okay. This is the one that could make it or break it in this round. What characteristic of your brother would you most like to have? And John's answer is?
And this is Doug wanting my character. Okay. I think he touched on it earlier. I'll just say the leadership ability.
Okay, leadership ability. Okay. And what did Doug say?
Leadership and way of handling problems.
All righty, there's 10 points.
Wow.
Give him a hand. All right. All right. All right, now this is the end of round 1. When we come back, we will have the scores, and we'll go into round 2. And in round 2, what we're going to do is put the brothers that are seated on the back row in the front. They will go to the hot seats here in the front.